In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to install a backup camera and dash cam in your car. Let's take a look at the dash cam that we're installing in this video. This is a WOLFBOX G840S. There are tons of options on the market and all the installations will be very similar. Let's open it up and show you what's in here and then we'll install it. This will be your monitor for your rear view, and it will also be what you see your backup camera on. It also has a front-facing camera, which is right here, and that acts as a dash cam. This kit also comes with everything else you need to install it. So it comes with a power cable, it comes with your rear view camera and lots of wire to get that all installed. It comes with a GPS, which I'll talk about more later. And finally, it comes with a user's manual, a little bit of a trim removal tool, and some mounts to actually get this onto your current mirror. After seeing all of that stuff in the box, you might be a little bit nervous about installation. But don't be nervous, these things are really easy to install, and there are several different stages of installation that you could do. Right now, I'm going to take you through all of the stages that you could do, from the most simple forward-facing only camera to a factory-style, really nicely installed kit that has options like backup lines for when you're reversing and 24-hour monitoring for when you're parked. Of course, if you're installing a camera that's different from the one that I'm showing you here, you should refer to your owner's manual to make sure that you get everything right. But that said, this is a very good general guide. The very first stage includes mounting the dash cam and setting up your forward-facing camera. Now, this version here has the camera on the mirror, which actually interferes just a little bit if this is perfectly centered, but I can move this over and then strap it onto the mirror like that and it'll work just fine. I will note that there are versions of this that have an external and separate camera, so you could place it anywhere you want and it won't interfere with your current mirror. To hold this on, most of these just come with some little straps here to put around your mirror. And just like that, this new device is securely installed over this mirror. The next thing we're going to do is get power to the camera. At first, I'm not going to do a super clean install, and I'm just going to plug this into the device and to my cigarette lighter. And there we go, it just started up. As you could see, it did say rear camera not detected because, well, we haven't set up the rear camera yet. I will go ahead and remove this screen protector, and this is how this display looks. The camera on the back rotates, so I'm going to point this down and face it how we would want it while we're driving. At this point, your device has power, and all you have to do is go through your settings and customize what you want. If you're looking for just a front-facing dash cam, at this point you're pretty much all set. Next, we'll go ahead and install the rear-facing camera, which also acts as a backup camera. To start, it's really simple. All you have to do is put your camera into the jack up top, and the device will detect the camera and start displaying it. As you can see, that's upside down, and now we have our nice rear view camera. Now we need to go ahead and find a spot to mount this. I found that higher up locations gave me a better general field of view for what was around me, and lower locations may be more helpful for lining something up like a trailer. Of course, this is all personal preference, and you'll need to find what will work best for you and also provide a convenient wire routing. After lots of thought about this, I ended up putting mine outside the van, up above the rear doors. I ended up doing this so that way I don't need extra wire length and slack for when the doors are opening and closing, and that camera is securely and permanently mounted with a nice field of view. Next up, you could go ahead and install the camera in that location that you've picked. To do this, you're going to want to make sure that the surface that you're mounting it to is super clean, as is the camera itself. This will allow double-sided tape to stick super well and not come off. Additionally, you could use screws or other fasteners if you choose, but I just went with tape and it's been holding up very nice. Now you could run your wire from your rear view camera to the dash cam itself. In this case, I wasn't happy with how this looked, so I'll show you how to clean this up and make it look factory. To do this, you'll need to find gaps in your trim within the car to hide the wire behind. In my van, this was super easy because there was a gap between the headliner and the rest of the trim, but in most cars you'll need to go ahead and pull back some plastic trim, which generally could just pop out with something like the tool that they included in this kit. Also, since you'll likely run along the side of a vehicle, you may need to pull some weather stripping to expose places to hide this wire. Generally, this just pulls off if you're very careful, but of course research your own vehicle. Here's what the routing looked like to the back of the van once I was all set tucking it aside, and it was a big improvement, and other than a few small spots, it really did almost look factory. The next thing that we're going to install with this backup camera is a GPS. This allows the device to display the speed and direction that you're moving, and it also allows it to automatically save clips if it detects a high G-force maneuver, such as a crash or hard braking or you swerving. Setup for this part is super easy. All you need to do is plug in the GPS and then tape the GPS in the orientation stated on the unit. If your camera has the option to display backup lines to assist you when reversing, you'll need a way to tell the camera that you're putting it in reverse. Commonly, you'll need to tap into your reverse light circuit, which will send a signal to the camera and put the reverse lines up for you. To do this, you could either pull your taillight and find your reverse light and tap into the power wire that's going to it with something like a T-splice, or you could find the wire within the vehicle, which is what I ended up doing here. To use one of these quick T-splices, all you need to do is clamp it over the wire and then put the spade terminal on the signal wire and plug it in. Then you're good to go. Here you could see when I put the car in reverse, it automatically goes to the backup camera and puts the lines up. Personally though, I preferred to not have the lines and have the wider field of view in the split screen mode, so I ended up unplugging this feature. At this point, the last thing that we could do is hardwire in the dash cam so it automatically shuts off when you turn the car off, and so it could record a time lapse when you're not in the car. This allows it to use a lot less power when you're not moving. We'll get to that in a second, but before we do, I want to say thank you for watching this video, and if you're enjoying it, don't forget to leave a like and a comment on it. Also, content like this could save you $50 to even a few $100s to install a dash cam, and if you want to pass some of those savings on, you could hit the super thanks button to help support this channel. Now, back to the video. These Hardwire kits require a few things. One is a switched power source, the next is a constant power source, and finally you will need to wire in a ground. The easiest way to get these sources to your dash cam is to find a fuse that is switched and one that is constant, and use a fuse tap to tap into that circuit. A fuse tap allows you to pull additional power from one of those locations without disrupting the current circuit. Here you could see my 2 fuse taps and the ground that I have bolted in under that one bolt there. Once all of this is properly hardwired in, you could plug in your power cord that comes with this kit, and then your dash cam will be able to detect when the car is switched on versus when it's off. Here you could see that once the key is on, the camera turns on, and then once you turn it off, it goes into a time-lapse mode. The very last thing I did was just clean up that wiring and make it look even more factory. I was super happy with these results. And with all that, that is going to wrap up this video. Don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it, comment any questions that you might have, and of course, please consider hitting that super thanks button if this video helped you out. Hope you subscribe so you don't miss the next one.